What's going on guys, CasualSavage here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to edit your videos quicker in Vegas Pro 15. Now one thing I want to mention, even though I do say to edit quicker, you're still going to be taking time and care about the quality. What I'm going to be showing you is basically simple shortcuts and ways how to make your edits quicker. Now for example, you can see this is a video I uploaded the other day, which was how to do a swoosh or a whoosh or a swoosh or a whoosh transition in Premiere Pro. So how do we save time? Well, if you recorded your video, you know where you've stopped, where you've paused, and you can see it right here. So where I'm not talking, there's no need to have that in. So all I can do is simply zoom in, trim that out, and there we go. That's right at the start. And then another thing you can do is zoom in. And this is where you should be learning shortcuts. Really not hard to remember. So for example, to split here, it's going to be S on your keyboard, and then select here and press S on your keyboard again. Then select this middle clip, because of course there's no talking, and we can press delete. Simply drag this backwards. Now you can see that's much quicker because you know you're not talking here, so you don't need it. So again, if you can see, I can just keep doing this, and this is going to make life for us a lot easier. Now I'm going to be showing you another way, and this is where you have multiple face cams or multiple video clips, but you want to show one at a time, or you want to switch between different angles. Now I use this effect, or I use this style of editing in my podcasts, so I'm going to take you to my podcast projects now, and you'll see how I do it. So here we go. This is my podcast edited, and it's really simple. So obviously I have to switch between two angles. There's me, that's a bad position to pause, and there's the guy, that's a bad position, and the guy I was with filming on this day. So what I do, I sync everything up so the layers are on top of each other, but you'll notice there's another track up here which is in dark grey. So this part where it's in dark grey, this means the guest is not going to be showing on screen. Instead, it's going to miss out that clip, and it's going to go to me down here on this clip. So essentially all I've done, my video down here onto one video track, the guest onto another video track, it's all synced up, and then I simply split at certain points. Say here for example, I want to start talking, and then I drag this one onto the track where he is not going to be talking. So you can see just like that, it's now got rid of his face and it's jumped to mine. And it's just a really quick and easy process. Now, how did this video get grayed out at the top? Pretty simple. Create a new video track and mute the track, and it will appear in dark grey. Now that means anything you put in this track, it will literally disappear. For example, I'll put this up there, it's gone. So that's a way I recommend you edit multiple video tracks. And audio tracks, you can do the exact same thing. Just right click, insert another audio track. For example, I can put this one down there. Say if your guest has loud background noise, you can simply put them on a separate track when they're not talking, mute that audio, and as you can see, that is now muted, and you can do that whenever you need to. Now another way which will make your editing a lot quicker and smoother, using these things right here. Now these orange lines are known as markers. With the use of markers, you can come across and say around here, you may want to add a title later on in the video, or after you've edited through all the footage. Press M on your keyboard, you can simply name this, you can put add third title, and that's added for you. Now what this has done, you can see this is all the footage edited in the end. It saves you the time to scrum through all the footage to find where you want to add the titles. You can simply now just click up here, it takes you straight there, you know exactly what you want to add, and that has made life a lot easier for you. Now one last thing which I'm going to be showing you is with audio, and we're actually using this blue line we've got right here. So I'm going to take it off and I'll tell you how to get it on, but this is the intro to my podcast, so I'm going to play it through a little bit.
Welcome to the Casual Cast.
Okay, so that's how it sounds. But if I come to the part where he introduces me,
CasualSavage.
you can see this music is going to stay loud the entire time. Now, people that don't know about the velocity tool will simply trim the music and fade it out right there. Now, that's pretty boring because all you've done, he said the intro and the music's completely gone. What I like to do is use the velocity tool. So, and again, a lot of people also S on their keyboard to split it, right click, insert audio track. They'd put this above on a separate track, and they'd simply lower the volume of this entire track. So now this is what you'd get.
iTunes and SoundCloud. And now, your host, CasualSavage.
So you can see it would be like that. It's really not smooth and it is not clean in any way. So the way I recommend you control your volume, press V on your keyboard. As you can see, you get this blue line coming across. Now those who are familiar with velocity in terms of video speed, then this is the exact same thing. So, except it's with volume. So for example, I'll double click here and as you can see it's laid down and square. I'll double click later on just here and I can then drag this down, or I can right click it, select set to, and then I can put maybe -16. Press enter. As you can see, we now have this line going down. We can also right click this line and there's different styles of fades we can have. But if I play this through now, as you can see, that was a really smooth fade and it's just not cutting to the next part where the music goes quieter. So this is the velocity tool, and you can, like I said, move it up and down, and you can also right click, set to, -16 again, and it's that simple. And let's say you want the music to come louder again, you do the exact opposite what you've just done. So double click here, double click a bit further on. This time you can right click and set to 0.0 dB. This is the default sound, so don't get put off just because it's a 0. Now if I play it through, as you can see, just like that. Now a couple more things how to make your edits a lot quicker. Now people usually complain about preview lag. Well, when you're editing it, the preview really doesn't matter to you unless you're doing something that is attention to detail in terms of editing, but I don't think that it will be. Just simply turn it down to preview and auto. Believe it or not, I edit all of my videos at preview and auto. Then when it comes to rendering, I set that back to best and full. Then of course there is the layout of the whole thing. Make sure it's comfortable for you and it's ease of access for what you need. You'll notice on mine, the timeline is huge. And the reason for that is because this is the podcast project. There's multiple cameras, there's multiple audio tracks, and there is multiple video tracks. So what I do, have the timeline have most priority. The screen's still here, it's still visible, and you can see you can just move it up and down like this. Then let's say video effects is essential to you. Well, keep it up here. As you can see, you have it right here, right in front of you. Same with transitions, projects media, and of course media generators. Now if you need to move things around, it's actually really simple. Just simply drag one of them somewhere. As you can see, let's say media generators, we're going to hold control and we can just dock it here. And as you can see, we now have control of media generators right here. Of course that's a bad example, but you get the point. But if you do mess up, simply come back to view, Windows layouts, and select default layout. As you can see, it will then put everything back to normal. And also things you don't need, for example the master bus I don't really use anymore, I used to. I can press this X, it gets rid of it. Now there's one last thing I want to be showing you, and that is when it comes to adding video effects. Now for this I do recommend changing it back to best and full. I'm going to come over to video effects and we're going to click black and white, for example. And I'm just going to simply drag and drop this onto my clip. Now people tend to view what it was like before and after by pressing this tick here. So that's before, that's after, of course. What you can do, again to save time, once you have applied your effect, simply press this button, which is going to be a split screen view. You can see it's going to show you what it's like without effects and with effects. Now currently it's set halfway like this, but we can always change it. You can see there is a plus sign on my screen. All I need to do is left click and draw out a box to the right. As you can see, let's just get that on my skin tone as well so you can see a difference. There you go. So everything on the left is with the video effects everything on the right is without. Now this is just an example, of course, so when you try to improve your facecam quality in Vegas Pro 15, this will be a good tool to use. But that is it for this tutorial. I hope this has been useful.